Floss Tube, I'm Lisa from Shady Tree Stitches, and this is Ivy. Thank you for taking the time to join me today to see my cross-stitching progress. Really appreciate you joining me. Hopefully you can enjoy seeing a few updates and see what I've been up to. I do enjoy catching up each week, mostly because it keeps me in tap with what I'm doing. And the reason why Miss Ivy is here having a cuddle at the moment is because she's a very cute kitty. Say hi, people. And last week, Jenny and I had a giveaway, and our giveaway was a very cute kitten kit from Bachilla. So it comes with everything you need to do the kitten, and we didn't have enough entrants in that particular prize. So if you are interested in stitching the cute kitty, so you can get one like this, please comment in the comments below with the word kitten. And if you put the word kitten in, we'll go in the draw, and I will draw this one next week. There was one person who did comment, but they commented on both prizes, so I'm increasing this one by a week for the giveaway. The other giveaway I had was this wonderful cricket collection, Old and the New, and it was a beautiful sampler chart, and so I am going to be randomly drawing number for that. I randomly drew the person who's going to win for it, and that was number 2, which is J-Lead. So J-Lead, if you are watching, please get in contact with me for your prize and let me know your address so I can get this sent out to you. And Ivy's just going to be featuring in this video. So if you don't like cats in videos, you might want to switch off now, because I think she's going to be just popping in and having cuddles the whole way. All right, we're not here to talk about my cat. We're here to talk about my cross-stitching progress for this week. And since I saw you guys with Jenny last week, I have done down the road 3,714 stitches. I'm happy with that. It's been a pretty good week of cross stitching. I've been consistently stitching every day between 361 and 931 stitches that I did. And I want to show you guys one of the cute things that I got an idea from a new Facebook group I've joined that's about journaling. And it's about journaling to keep your stitching. So it's ways of planning for your stitching. And they suggested this little tracker. So you can see I've written down a different color for each 100 stitches. And you can see that in the first half of the month of January, that's what it looks like. So yeah, I like it. I like visuals. I like pretty colorful things. So that's what I've been working on. Pretty much this week I have been working on my snowballs. The semi-cane snowball fight is going in full bore. And I've been working on a couple of different things for that. Come here, you. See if you'll settle down, okay? Working on a couple of different pieces for that. 100 stitches each time to dry off. And I did a lot of work for that on my Among Us by Paddock Lane Designs. Now you'll notice that my Among Us, I'm actually stitching it the other way around. So you can't see, but down the bottom we've got the Halloween, and that's where I got up to with it. So just got to do the little brown guy, and that middle section is done, and then just the Christmas section. So that has been my piece for doing the drying off for the snowballs, and for actually making snowballs I've been using whatever else I was stitching on. So that was the first thing I did after the video last week. Now the next thing I'm very excited to show you is I have a finish. Yay! I worked hard on Barnyard Morning by Mill Hill, and it is totally finished with all the beads. Really cute. And this is one of my pre-2020 pieces that I wanted to finish, so I worked hard on that. It was about 1,300 stitches that I had to do, or beads mostly, that I had to do to finish that. So I was so excited, and that was my daily 30 for the week, or for the last 2 weeks really. So really pleased to have that, and even more pleased that it's the pattern and the leftover beads and things no has gone to a new home with a friend of mine from the Aussie Hour of Virtual Stitches, Dawn. So she's going to take over that pattern because she's wanted to stitch it. I love being able to share the stash. It's one of the good things about this community is that we just pass it on to each other. It's really good. Really, really caring and sharing way of doing things. Okay. What else have I been stitching on? Well, I stitch on a few things. I tried to really minimize my weekly prompts because I have so much to do that's monthly and yearly. So I did work on two of my pieces for the zombie run, and this one is always in the wrong order. I worked on my Amazing Animal Kingdom bookshelf, and in particular I was doing all this greenery down here, so starting to get this second shelf for me. This is my focus piece for January, so I need to get back to it, but I did do 412 stitches on that because it was what I needed to do to have touched it again. So it was my second touch for the zombie run. So there we go, we've got all my Animal Kingdom done there. Make these all my storage here. Then the other one that I worked on that was for the zombie run, which I also used for some other prompts, was my Little House Neighborhood. And this one I used for a D in the Magical Stitches spelling out demigods, the second D. So this is where I'm up to. I'm working up in this top corner and did all the vine and the leaves. And I've just started on that person, which is, I believe, Jenny, because if you remember, I've said earlier, those two girls up the top, this one here in the purple is me, and that one is Jenny. And we're stitching this one together to commemorate our friendship and our stitchy friendship. So Little House Neighborhood is about Jenny and I. So I really like that. Then I focused on two other pieces, and that was all I stitched on. So you don't get a lot of stitching from me, but a lot of stitches, but not a lot of different stitching. So Bird in Hand by Told in the Garden. And Bird in Hand, I did, this is where it's up to, check it's sitting right. I worked on this one for about 900 to 1,000 stitches, somewhere between that. So in Magical Stitches, I used this because there was M for men, I for insects, G for girl, and for the daily 30, it had something that could be picked, the lemons on the tree. Probably better if I put the picture up with it. So the lemons on the tree can be picked. There's leaves on the tree as well. And two things that can be combined, and you could combine the lemons and water from the silos to make the jam. So that's what I did for that one. So yeah, that was good, getting that many stitches done on that. And then I also spent quite a bit of time on my big red Ship of Life. It's a huge piece, it's ginormous. So this is where I got up to. I did a whole bunch of work on the boat, and that was because I had to stitch in brown. So I've done about 1,000 on that too, about 1,000 stitches on that, and it was brown. It's something that can be helpful and get you across the sea. It has a D for the dog, because there is a dog in it. E for eyes, it's the O for ocean, and it's an S for ship. So I was able to do that. I also was able to use it for the supernatural, because it's done by ink circles. So I is a word in clowns or midgets. And I forgot to say I used the barnyard morning for supernatural as well, with a farmyard animal, and also for the little house because it has a willow tree. So that, people, was all my stitching. So not really a lot of different pieces this week. but I did work consistently on them. And I think that's going to be a bit of a pattern for me coming up, because there's always so many things to do. I mean, you look at my weekly challenges. So I did just hear of some new ones today from Carla, and one of them's based on Little House on the Prairie, so I'm gonna have to join that. So there's about to be another weekly one here. But the way I lay out my diary is I've got the School of Magical Stitches, Supernatural, and Daily 30 there, and then that's for each week. But I also have got laid out at the beginning of the month, and I think I showed you before, all the prompts for the month, so that I can see what I've got to do. So Aquarius is coming up starting on the 23rd in No New Starts, and for that I have to do something to do with a water bearer, amethyst, violets and primrose, and it's an air sign. So I'm thinking I will try and double them up with other things where possible, because No New Starts you can double with anything else. I don't know how my bingo is going really in the full coverage. It might be full coverage goes by the wayside again, because I like doing full coverage, but I like doing other things as well. I do have to do some more on Animal Kingdom because it is my focus piece. All the work I've done on Among Us means that my Nerdapalooza is basically done, and I've just got to finish. I've got 100 stitches left on my Little House neighborhood to finish off the zombie human for the month. So that's not bad considering it's only the 18th. But then I've got the daily 30 monthlies, and there's a lot of them to try and work through. So I've got to get on to doing the weeklies so I can get started on the monthlies. So much to do. And we're already heading to Niagara Falls next week, so there's a few things there that I want to try and double dip. All right, so that is where I'm up to with my stitching. I am also participating in the No New Starts birthday sale this half of the month for the people 16th to the 31st, and I have to stitch on something Dimensions Gold, so I've got lots to choose from that. I'm going to work on my Cozy Cove, my Macintosh Mill, that's another one. Anyway, I've got about 3 I can work on, so it's a really good half of the month for me with that, so I'm going to try and double them into other prompts where possible. Haul wise, I don't have a lot. As you know, I'm trying very hard to not shop as well as not do other things. No starts, although I did see a beautiful sale run by Linen and Threads. It's a yearly one. You know how much I love yearly ones. So I might have to do that, but I don't have started yet because being in Australia, I don't want to do all snow in January. It's summer. It's like, in American terms, it's 100 degrees here at the moment. Who wants to do snow? Sorry, I keep looking at myself, not the camera. Anyway, one bit of haul I got is the color of the month from Silks For You. I think these came in before my last video, but I just found where I had them stashed. These are the regular colors that I get every month to build up my supply of Silks For You. Aren't those variegateds just absolutely yummy? I just want to eat them up. And you can see that the blue and the green go with both of them really well. So yeah, I just want to eat those lovely Silks For Yous up. They just keep coming. I keep paying for them and they keep arriving. So it's really good. So they just, I cannot recommend Silks For You enough. And that's my only bit of haul so far, except for a bit of fabric to dye. So that's all my stitching. My plans are just to work on the homework. Also coming up in tomorrow for me at 5 p.m. is the No New Start Scrabble game, the first round of Scrabble. And so I've got 24 hours to make a word out of letters and stitch on something that suits that word. Oh, sorry. There's that yawn. Cannot have a floss tube without that yawn, sorry. So I'm looking forward to that. It's really exciting. So we've got the draw going live 5 p.m. Australian time tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to working on that. And apart from that, just as I said, try and get the weekly homeworks done. Magical Stitches won't come out till tomorrow afternoon for me, so I won't know what that is. So I'm going to try and knock over as much of the daily 30 as I can today. After I do these videos, I've got 3 to get organized. All right, so if you're just here to see my stitching, thank you so much. Appreciate it immensely. That's all I'm going to show you for stitching, but I am going to take a moment just to do a little Paddock Lanes design extra. I have been working on some new patterns, so keep your eye open in the group if you're a member of the group. It's just on Facebook, Paddock Lanes Designs group. Just request entry if you're interested and you can stay up to date. I also do give my group the first dibs on any new fabrics I dye. And if you see over here, I had a very busy time dyeing. So I'm just going to pull these over and show you. Now, very exciting news, and I cannot say how excited I am that I was asked to be one of the fabric suppliers, Australian hand-dyed fabric suppliers for my local L&S, which is the wonderful JK Stitching down on the Central Coast. And she's just building a new shop at the moment out the back of her house so she can run it even more like a shop, opening up a new website, and she just does the best service and can get anything in for you that you want. So I'm very excited that I am going to be one of the hand-dyed fabric suppliers for her shop. So some of these fabrics are specifically going to go to her. So they're not all necessarily available for sale, but when they go up on my group, any that go up on the group, you can put me please on, and then you can buy them. It's cheaper to go through my group, plus combining postage a lot easier. Don't have to cover all the Etsy fees and everything. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, I'm just going to show you what they are, but I'm just going to let the cat out. Okay, the first category I have, I don't know where it's going, is linen. I dyed some absolutely stunning colors, if I do say so myself, of linens. This was the Semco pre-cut back quarters. They are 50 by 69 centimeters. So they're quite a bit bigger than a normal fat quarter, and they were coming from Spotlight, and Spotlight was clearing them out. So I got busy and ordered a fair few, and I am so happy with how these have turned out. Look at how beautifully those ones modeled, and they're all similar, and I've done a whole range of different colors. So you can see that they're a bit longer than normal fat quarter. So if you are at all interested in the beautiful linens, then yeah, keep an eye out over the next. I'm going to go pop down to Janet's on Tuesday, so I can drop off what she wants, and then everything else I'll pop onto the website probably on Wednesday. So yeah, so they're the beautiful linen colors. Really, really love that. So shame I can't get any more of it, but I have a bit more to do. All right, second lot is even weave. This is 28 and 32 count even weaves. And again, let's try and not show you the same colors. Pick a random one to show you. Oh, here's my lovely unicorn. So there's a whole bunch here that I can show you. And I may decide to do a live video and show them again, like a live sale. That seemed to work quite well. But I'm really happy with the way that these ones have come out. Look at this one. Like, it's just, I'm really, really thrilled. So that's the even weaves, and I made these fat quarters bigger because I wanted to make sure I was not ripping anyone off, because I always cut them as a fat quarter and then they shrink a centimeter or two in the dyeing process. So these ones I cut bigger on purpose so that they didn't shrink, and so they're a very generous fat quarter. I cut them 55 by 59, I think. So that shrinks down, you know, hopefully to the 50 by 55 that it's meant to be. Then the next ones I have are the Aidas. And it's funny how different these all work out. So we've got 14 count Aidas on the bottom, and they've all worked out to be a lot paler colors. And then on the top, we've got the 16 count Aidas. And I mean, some of these are just stunning. You know, does that not remind you of a bushfire? So yeah, really, really, really lovely Aidas. And I tried to make sure I did a variety of colors. And as I said, I'm not sure exactly which ones Janet's going to want. So she'll get first dibs on what she wants, and then the rest of them will be here on my available in my group for for people to buy. And then after they're in my group for a little while, about every month or two, I go through and chuck them on my Etsy site where they stay until they're sold. So if you're interested in my beautiful hand-dyed fabrics, then you can be very excited knowing that you've got heaps coming your way. I really enjoy dyeing. It's great fun. All right, well, thank you for joining me. Really appreciate it. And I will look forward to seeing you guys next week. Happy stitching. Bye.